Alright, welcome everyone. Happy Monday. Thank you all for being here. Hope that you all had a great, restful weekend. Just a reminder to check your email. We sent out our Power Up communication this morning. So there's just some updates for classes for the upcoming weeks, especially the holiday schedule. And reminder, Strength Flow is put on pause for the 2020. We'll come back in January, but just be aware that there will not be any strength flow through the rest of December, so that's on pause for now. Equipped is still happening Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, so that's still an evening class option for you. And I won't give away everything that's in the communication, so make sure you read it. Alright, so just make sure you go check your email. If you did not get the Power Up communication from us, let us know. We'll forward it to you, and then make sure you're added to the distribution list for it next time. Alright, let's start with a little mindfulness for our Monday today. So go ahead, come on down to your mat. And get into a comfortable position. Feel free to sit or lay down if you'd like. I'm going to cross one leg in front of the other. That's just what's most comfortable for me. Let my hands rest on my knees, palms up. Let those shoulders fall down, away from those ears. Taking a deep breath in through your belly and exhale. Now, as you're breathing, you want to think about letting that rib cage expand in all directions. And exhale through the nose. Feel free to close those eyes on the next exhale. And starting at the top of the head, we're going to run through a body scan. Being mindful to release tension, to relax anywhere you find you're holding tension. Starting at the top of the head, we're going to check in with the forehead, your temples, your eyebrows. So sometimes it helps to kind of scrunch your face and then relax. Feel that tension melt away from your head. Relaxing the eyes. Moving down to the cheeks and the jawbones. Feeling your face become soft. Check in with the neck, the shoulders, all the way down the arms to the wrist, hands, fingers. Relax the hands. Checking in with the chest and the upper back. Moving down into our lower back and our abdomen. The lower half of our pillar. Breathe into any spaces where you may be holding tension. Checking in with the hips. Making note of what you feel. Remember not to judge or be frustrated with any tension or pain. You're simply acknowledging it. Moving down into the legs, the knees, the shins, the ankles, your calves, into the feet, and down, all the way down to your toes. Just being aware of how your body feels today, of what it feels. We so often have a tendency to run away from our pain or just cover it up or ignore it. Sometimes acknowledging it helps to downregulate it, helps it to lose its intensity. Bringing that attention back to your breath, watching it fill up your lungs, and watch it leave through the nose. One more deep breath in. And exhale. Feel free to gently open the eyes. Start to wiggle the fingers and toes, bringing movement back into the body. Bringing those palms down onto your knees, rolling those shoulders down and back. Taking that left ear to the left shoulder, rolling the head forward, over to the right, and to the back. And bringing that head back to center, we're going to go the other direction. Take the right ear to the right shoulder, roll the head forward to the left and all the way around to the back. Again here, just making note of what you feel. And bringing it back to center. All right. We're going to swing those feet behind us. We're going to start with a little thoracic mobility here. So coming onto our hands and knees, pulling that belly button in. We're going to reach that left hand underneath the right for thread the needle. So we're going to bring that shoulder down to the floor. Reach as far as you can. Good. And come on back to center. Other side, so right hand reaches underneath the left, reach that shoulder through. And bring it back to center. Again, we'll go to the left, reach the left underneath the right, and back to center. Right underneath the left. And back to center. We're going to stay here, so continue at your own pace. Feel free to kind of hang out wherever you need it the most. We'll be here for about another 30 seconds. So continue just moving side to side. And we'll get each side one more time. Good, and bring it back to center. I want you to keep those toes tucked in. We're going to stretch out the bottom of those feet. So taking the toes, we're kind of going to sit back on our heels and sit up tall. So you should feel the stretch through your big toe, possibly even through the arch of your foot. For some of you, this might feel good. For some of you, want a little bit deeper stretch, so feel free to lean back onto those arms. It'll all just depend on the mobility of your toes and your feet. Take a few deep breaths here. And go ahead, come on up. All right, we're going to counter that stretch. So we are going to swing those feet around. You're going to keep your right leg bent behind you. So pull that foot behind you. And so now that foot is kind of tucked under. I want you to grab that right knee and pull on your leg back towards you. So it's going to stretch out the top of your foot. So some of you have never stretched out the top of your foot, or maybe it's been a long time. So this will maybe feel slightly uncomfortable, kind of weird, kind of new. And release. Now let's do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to bend that left foot back. You can take that knee out to the side just a bit. So that foot's going to be tucked under. Go ahead, grab onto that knee and then pull the foot back. Or pull your knee back, so it's going to lift the top of that foot off the floor. So your foot should be in this kind of like pointed position, almost like if you were a ballerina, a dancer. And release. All right, we're gonna come up onto our knees. We're gonna take the right leg forward. Left knee is going to be on the floor. I want you to tuck that pelvis in, so if you're kind of in a relaxed state, that hip is gonna have a very natural anterior tilt. I want you to tuck that pelvis in and slightly push those hips forward. So you're gonna start to feel that stretch in the hip flexor. Take that left arm up, reach up and over. Open up the front side of the body here. Bring it back to center. I want you to sit those hips back. Stretch out the right hamstring. So you're straightening out the right leg, sitting the hips back, folding over your right leg. Plant that foot back onto your mat. Tuck those tuck the hips, press the hips forward, again into our hip flexor stretch here. Left arm reaches up and over. And back to center, straighten out the right leg, sit the hips back, fold over that right leg. Feel a stretch through the hamstrings, through the back of the leg. And one more time. Bend that right foot, plant that foot. Tuck the hips in, press the hips forward. Left arm reaches up and over. Try to reach a little bit further this time. And we'll sit the hips back. Again, straightening out the front leg. Folding over that right leg. Stretch out the hamstring, the low back. Feel free to move that leg side to side if you'd like. And relax. All right, let's switch sides. We're going to do the same thing with the left leg in front, right knee on the floor. Coming into this 90-90 position, we're going to take our hips, pull them back. We're going to create a very neutral hip position here. Push the hips forward. Feel that stretch through the right hip flexor. Take that right arm, reach up and lean over towards the left. All right, bring that hand down. We're going to sit the hips back, straighten out the left leg. Flex that foot back, lean over that left leg. Feel that stretch through the hamstring. This side's a little bit tighter for me. You might notice a difference in your sides. That's perfectly normal. All right, plant that left foot. Tuck those hips in. Press the hips forward. Take that right arm, reach up and over. And bring it back to center. Sit the hips back, straighten out the left leg, fold forward. And one more time, plant that foot. Tuck the hips in, push the hips forward. Open up those hip flexors. Right arm reaches up and over. And bring that arm down, sit the hips back. Straighten out the left leg, fold over your left leg. Feel that stretch in the back side of the leg. Feel free to move that leg side to side. Get a little different angle on that hamstring. And relax. All right, we're going to take both feet behind us. Take your time transitioning. And we are going to meet in downward facing dog. So coming onto hands and knees, pull that belly button in, tuck the toes, press the heels into the ground as you send the hips up and back. So a couple of checkpoints here. Heels are pressing towards the ground, hips are pressing up towards the ceiling. Hands are pushing that floor away. Chest is pressing back towards the legs. If you find that your heels are not touching the floor, try bending one leg, press the opposite heel into the ground, and switch back and forth. All right, we are going to our energy forward, lifting those heels off the ground, starting to round out the back, lean forward. We're going to bring those hips towards the floor into our upward facing dog. Roll those shoulders down, away from the ears. Feel the chest, the torso, hips, quads open up here. Take a deep breath in, look up. And exhale, push back into child's pose. Round out that low back. Slowly roll it up. Roll the shoulders down and away from your ears. All right, everyone. That is all we have for Unravel today. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope that that was helpful in helping your body to open up a little bit more. I will be back in just a few minutes for full body blocks. So if you are staying, I'll see you in just a few minutes. If not, I hope you have a great rest of your morning.
Thanks.